pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this meeting to order Monday, August 21st. Roll call, please.
Mayor Nathan Anderson.
Here.
Troy Boone.
Here.
Will Wolke.
Here.
Art Schott.
Here.
Eli Seeley.
Here.
Tracy Swain.
Here.
Mike Stevens.
Here. There's an agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda?
On the travel request, that should actually be Jocelyn Hannett, so I can continue that.
I saw that.
Your brother. Your brother. They're talking about it just before that.
And I don't know, number 9, old business, is that even next?
I think we just want to give you an update.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we're covering it every week.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion by Tina and second to adopt the agenda for the discussion. All fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Minutes for August 7th were sent out. Is there a motion to approve the August 7th, 2020 minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of August 7th.
Second.
Motion by Rolke and seconded to approve the August 7th, 2020 minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. No public hearings, no visitors to be heard, no reports. Department head reports. Chief Shirk.
Just an update on the full-time opening that we have. Officer Tyson Willis is taking back his resignation. He'd like to continue to be employed with the city of Beresford. Just want to move forward with that. It's technically his day of last day is tonight at midnight. But I want to fire him as a part-time officer and keep him back on as a full-time officer.
Make a motion for that. What did you say?
What was his last day?
Willis.
What was his last day?
Today.
Yeah, today is his last. This is his last day.
So if he withdraws his resignation, do we have to?
What's that?
If we give it through the
Withdrew.
so we don't have to.
That was before his their
His
last day.
Tonight at midnight, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of worked out
If he
pretty
withdrew,
good.
then he'll continue on then.
No action, right?
Congratulations.
We gotta fire him as a part-timer though.
Let's take him off the schedule.
Okay, we'll take him off the schedule as a part-timer.
Will he be moving into the resource officer position yet? or What do you think?
That we won't know anything about that
Okay.
until probably October. Trying to figure out what to do and how to do it and who to do it with. So,
Okay.
cross that when it comes up. I think last year was like October when we found out. So.
Okay.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Just kind of, we spoke last time about a hiring/retention bonus for trying to get qualified certified applicants here. Reached out to several other agencies on what they do. Some give a lot, some pay for your school and your kids' school. Kind of want to meet right in the middle of what everyone else is doing. I think Sioux Falls is 10 and Lincoln County is 7,500, 8,000. So my approach on it was a $6,000 hire-on bonus, and you get 3,500 at hire, and then 1,500 your first year, and then 1,000 your last year. Anything after the first year, let's just say they quit before the first year, then it would be a prorated rate that they'd have to pay back. It's kind of what everyone else is doing. Now, how you get that money is beyond me. Most people are sticking it out though.
How do we do that? Can we?
Get their money back?
No. Can we even do the bonus? I mean, like that?
Yeah.
Do we have to run it past the union?
I'm just pitching it so that way somebody, Tom, can pitch it, make a memorandum or whatever you gotta do. So, unless anyone thinks that needs to be tweaked or.
I mean, I think it's basically up to council. I'm not sure that that's
negotiated wage. You're offering that as an incentive to get into the contract
Right.
at the negotiated rate of pay. So I think you could just do that.
We could just set it.
You know, then notify the union, but that's not a negotiated item for terms and conditions of employment. It's incentive to get you here.
Do we have an open full-time position
We will have.
coming up, but not currently?
So what's our plan for retaining current officers?
Well, I think they're working with the
Teamsters.
the current union that's gonna be coming in to kind of pitch some ideas. You know, we've been talking for several months, they've been asking my input, and they're trying to get things put together, and, you know, I think the big thing, like I said last meeting, was the building and the cars, and I think we're making good strides on that, so, I mean, that's gonna be a morale booster right there, just to get out of that building, so, I think it's, that'll boost them up a little bit, so.
Okay.
Can you refresh? You said $3,500 when they start.
Yep.
$1,500 at the first year anniversary.
Yep.
And then the remaining
1,000,
at what point?
after year 2.
Like second year anniversary?
Tom, can we go into executive session to talk about this? Or,
You're not dealing with someone's qualifications individually.
okay, I didn't know if we
Yeah.
could go in just to talk about what we felt was a,
What's the trial period for the bargaining period? As a new client?
They're on probation for 6 months.
Yeah.
That was my other thought on it, is,
Not to be totally calm, I'm just curious.
yes, so, I know where you're going, I mean, it's like, it's hard to, kind of my initial thought was after completion of probationary period, you would get that initial large chunk, and then a year after that, you would get your second, and then a year after that, you would get your third. Or, get a large chunk, then your 1,500, then your 1,000, so.
So you made
Most departments are giving that right away. So I mean, either way, if they have to wait 6 months, I mean, they're still getting a pretty good payday.
I'm not necessarily in favor of waiting until probation period, I'm just curious.
Yep.
What that means.
Yep, 6 months.
Because if you're trying to incentivize somebody to come here, you're probably better off providing that right away
Mhm.
versus waiting.
And that's what everyone else does.
Defray the costs of moving and setting up.
so would this be for everybody or only certain?
Only certified.
Any experience by other departments, does this increase the number of applicants they get?
It did at one time, but everyone else is doing it now. So, I did reach out to Sioux Falls, I reached out to Lincoln County, and they said that, they felt like they were one of the first departments in this area to do that. And they said it brought them in. But then the next department would do it and they would raise it up $3,000, $4,000 more. I can't remember who I talked to, but South Sioux City, Nebraska, their hiring retention is, they will pay for any in-state college for the officer and any of the dependents for their family, full tuition. I mean, so that's pretty impressive. So.
We're not bound, if the council were to agree to this, for it to be forever, right? This is potentially to be a one-off
right.
trial.
I think the sticky situation, and I'm not playing both ends of it, but if you get it in that union contract, I think they're gonna fight for it to stay there.
I don't know that I'd suggest putting it in the union contract.
So it wouldn't be something that would have to go to the union for, I mean, they're not gonna say no on it, but.
I don't think you'd have to in that situation. If you're not negotiating the wage, it's merely negotiating an incentive to get someone here, so.
So could we hold off on any of this until we do an advertisement for full-time and then say, okay, we're gonna advertise for full-time, and at this point, we wanna do a $6,000 sign-on bonus for any certified. Because if it's just then it kind of hits it as a one-time deal, or we can do it again, you know, but then it's not stuck.
Tie it to the,
To a
to an opening
specific
when you have
opening.
something.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm comfortable with it. Talk about it this time. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, it doesn't deal with person specific. I mean, is anybody opposed to Tom drafting up a contract review so that
That'd be
if,
more like a policy, I think, so.
I don't know that you want to put it in a contract or a policy. I mean, like I said, I would almost do it on each job opening that we're gonna offer this.
That's what I mean. Like, so that if we decide, the council decides to do it 2 months from now, you could have some language that if a person were, you could enter a number there if the council agreed to do it, but they would have the language spelled out of how it's paid. And
It would be a one-time type.
correct.
I mean, maybe this is something that the committee that is with him should get together and come up with something a little more ironed out than us trying to just snowball something. And then they can figure out if they want to do a probation upon the hire, and they can talk about the good and bads of all of it. And then get with Tom and find out if we can do what they come up with.
Who's on that committee? Anyone know?
I am, I think.
Is there benefit to offering a bonus to part-time hires too? No.
The big thing, are you talking about part-timers or like uncertified?
Like, well, certified part-time if we can get one in. They work so many
You
hours.
know, I think we got a pretty good crew right now, on our part-time roster.
Okay.
There is a young female that applied out of Sioux Falls, that she went to Southeast Tech. And, this would obviously be in a different meeting, but, you know, my thoughts on her is maybe we sponsor her, you know, hire her on part-time, get her some job training experience and have her work some part-time shifts, and that makes her eligible, because she has to be sponsored by the department to take the state reciprocity test. You know? And then potentially if we have an opening down the road, I mean,
Yep.
that would be. I don't think for part-time, I mean, we got a good part-time crew, they're pretty happy.
But that's something to visit with the committee about.
Yeah, the public safety committee is Rolfe, Schott, and Swigan.
Don't sit in my spot.
Me, that's the one I can't do.
Oh, you
So you want to meet with the committee, iron out some details,
I will contact you, yeah.
sound fair?
I don't know if this is even it isn't on the agenda, but I want to keep this position open. Is that a possibility? I mean, we're gonna have a void in September. Or do I have to come to another council meeting because we never specified, I think we're just open till filled. Well, Tyson, you know, recanted his resignation, but we're gonna have another one right around the corner.
What is Mike's timeline?
End of September is what I'm getting right now. Not in favor.
We're not bound, we're not we're just advertising.
Right.
I would keep it open. My 2 cents.
So
Any timeline on the car? Not fair, but.
I don't hear anymore, yeah. They said 6 weeks probably at the soonest, last when we talked to them.
I reached out to that company and
4
he
weeks
that
ago.
does the
A
outfitting.
couple weeks from now.
He has not gotten back to me yet, but there's a lot of people that use him, so he does good work. trying to get a quote on that so that way we can get it. I don't know when budgets are due, but trying to get that number before I have to turn in budget papers.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Thank you.
Yep.
Finance officer report.
So at everybody's place setting, you should find the July financial report. We had a record high interest from South Dakota Fit, which was $24,796, which is great. We also broke a record at the Bridges Golf Course Clubhouse with the highest revenue year to date or ever of $102,035. We didn't really have any out of the ordinary expenses except for the Musco sports lighting for the North Ball Field lights, which were $260,000.
And that comes out of the bond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, just a reminder of the sewer fund. We are working on financing for the wastewater treatment facility, and once that is in place, then I can move a lot of the expenses out of the sewer fund and into this bond. Otherwise, I think all the departments are looking decent. The swimming pool is officially closed. So then we'll get final numbers on that next month.
About sales tax, you had talked about sales tax.
We did have a record in sales tax too. Can't remember what the number was now.
180 some, I think.
It was 160.
60 some.
I shared that with you. I meant to kind of print that off, but yeah, we did have in July a record sales tax income too. We were kind of figuring there's been some equipment purchased in some of the industrial businesses that may have brought in some more revenue, and maybe the old-fashioned weekend brought in some more, and keep shopping local. That is all I have, other than you should also see at your place setting a copy of the 2022 annual audit. If you do not want, I also sent you the digital one, but if you don't want this one, I will take it back and file it.
Is there a motion to accept the July 2023 financial report?
Who moves to accept July 2023?
Second. Motion by Lynn and seconded by Wilkie-Lee to accept the July 2023 financial report. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Archer Range relocation to new business.
After the last meeting, Jeff and Stuart met out there and took a look at it, and I think Stuart liked it at the time, and they were going to go back and kind of sit and look at, see what the rest of the guys on his committee or his group thought of it. And turns out they want to stay where they're at, and might just make some improvements there. So we won't have to do anything more than what we're doing right now. We're just going to make some improvements at the existing site, and I don't know what those improvements are, but. So I just want to let you guys know that happened, and we won't have to worry about it for a while anyhow.
So they didn't like moving to
Well, I think Stuart did. I don't know that the rest did. I mean, we just got a message back. That's all we really got. So
Okay.
I didn't get into all the details.
I know the concern that they brought to me was the theft portion. That was their big concern out the saddle club. They were just worried about the money invested in the bags, and I don't know how much they cost. That's Mike Swagan talked with me a little bit about it, and they want to protect their investment. So
New business bids for wastewater treatment plant improvements.
We went out for these once before, but we didn't get in the paper because we had to do some past couple resolutions, which we did a couple meetings ago now, as far as the financing goes. So we're ready to go to bids now. As soon as those resolutions take effect, which will be taking effect here before the end of the month.
The 23rd.
23rd, so we'll be going to bids then at that time, and then we'll follow through at that point in time, see where we're at. So we just need another motion to go authorize the new bids.
People makes a motion to authorize advertising for bids for wastewater treatment plant improvements as of August 23rd.
Motion by Tiedemann, seconded to authorize advertising for bids for wastewater treatment plant improvements. Any further discussion? All fair say aye. Opposed? Approved. Parks and golf course maintenance building.
Been working with Kelly on getting some quotes here. We've talked to just about everyone. I think we have 9 of them here on our list of different people local that we've talked to. Sweeble, Lookin, Ironclad, Dwight, Anderson Brothers, AMS Construction, SC Specialties, Peterson Constructive, Distinctive Homes and Dakota Construction. Some told us right off the bat they weren't interested. Some said maybe next year. So the only one we had was from Dwight Construction. He did give us a bid for a 40 by 80 foot shop that would include 16-inch sidewall steel, 4 overhead doors, two walk-in doors, 2 windows, 6-inch concrete rebar, footings, well not full footings, but just a built-up footing around the edge. And let's see what else did it have in there. It'll be set up so that it can be finished on the inside. He included the walls for the office space that Kelly had kind of looked at. No electricity, no plumbing. There's no overhang on it the way it is, no gutters. The whole thing is house wrapped, so that would all be done. There's 2x4 nailers on the outside. So it's pretty much everything. If we want to change a few things back and forth, like I said, I think we'd probably like to have some type of an overhang, makes it look like a little bit nicer. Something nicer, and maybe we can get by with not finishing off the inside. Our guys can probably put the 2x4 or 2x6s, depending on what they want to do. But the 16-foot height above the offices, there'd be plenty of room to put a mezzanine up there. So with 2x4s, that probably wouldn't work the best, but with 2x6s, that would probably give them enough support to do that. So that's something that I've talked with Kelly. He's familiar with that kind of construction, and I know our electric guys have said they could be involved this winter. So we could do some of that through the winter. This would be, like I said, 6-foot concrete. He works with Van Vorst out of Canton to do that. He would, if we're willing to go forward with the contract, or his quote is $98,656.35. That includes excise tax on that. He would then go ahead and get the materials ordered and try to get in on Van Vorst's schedule before the end of the year to get the concrete done.
What we budget?
We budgeted $150,000 total. We know we've got some other stuff to do in there. Water and sewer will have to be run in, or stuff out. This does not include any concrete out front of the building right now.
So this is basically just a shell, kind of.
Yeah, I hope it's.
Because I will have to bid. Because you go over 100, right?
Over the whole course of things, yeah. Which is, the question would be, okay, we get it built, and let's say 3 months later we decide to put in the finish off on the inside. Well, if we have to do that, if we're done for the year, we'll get plans and specs put together, so.
I mean, if you're over 100, you're not supposed to segregate items. I mean, you can't say, oh, buy the materials here and the labor here, we're gonna do this or that. I mean, if the entirety of the projects be over 100, there's laws say you gotta do it.
How many bidders do we need?
We gotta advertise.
Oh. You said not full footings. Is there concern that the concrete will heave?
No, a lot of garages don't have that.
Okay.
We built one off the lake, doesn't have it, or Cart Shed doesn't have it.
Okay.
I prefer to bid it because I'm also afraid that 40 by 80 is smaller than the current cart shed. I'm a little nervous that I would rather have it bigger than smaller and wish it was bigger.
I understand, that's all they required, so that's all I didn't encourage them to go any bigger or any smaller, but that's what they said would work for them. If they want to go bigger, I guess they can sure look at that, but they thought this would fit better on the footprint that they had out there.
I mean, the current cart shed's 50 by 100 roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd have a different sized building next to it.
Yeah, we got 16-foot sidewalls here, which is going to give them a lot more storage up and down. That's only a 8-foot sidewalls, I believe. It sounds like cost, says we have to go to bid.
Well, I mean, it looks like if you're gonna, water, sewer, gonna go in there, you're gonna be over here.
Yeah, but is it gonna be if it's our guys to do that, or?
Our guys probably not gonna do a whole lot of it. If we go to bid.
I mean, if we bid.
No, that's what I meant though, if we had them do it, we wouldn't.
Still got materials.
But like the other projects, if we bid.
You can segregate out.
That's what I'm saying, we could
The
say,
city's gonna provide this
we'll do these things.
labor, but the overall cost of the project's gonna be over 100. I know that's not the answer, Chair.
I think the state needs to increase it, because
They just did.
I
It was
know,
50 not very long ago, so.
but 2 years ago,
I'm trying to stay away from the full set of engineered plans and drawings and all that kind of stuff, 'cause
Yeah.
it's gonna add up, like 15–20% on it as
Yeah,
well.
you get an engineered spec, but now we're well over 100. Just have
Oh,
a
yeah,
talk
just
with
the outfield. And you probably won't have any of these guys bid it, so.
Then we start adding, I mean, once you start adding overhangs and things you really want, probably gonna be over 100,000 anyways.
Now, we could back things off, but some of the things that we were gonna do, we can probably back away, we probably could do one less overhead door at that ward. Say $3,000 there.
Sounds like we gotta go to bid.
That's my recommendation for you.
I can't write building specs, so there's no way I'm not writing specs.
I trust you, just draw on a napkin and we'll certify it.
I think we should decide probably what we want, instead of the other way around, having somebody tell us how much they're willing to build.
No, but Kelly and his guy, well, they're the ones that set the size of the building. They drew up the plans for the building.
I mean, it just happens to come in $2,000 below the bid limit.
What's your suggestion?
I think we should decide how big we want the building.
How big you want it?
I don't know, I'm just saying we should.
Come up
If
with
the other building is 50 by 100, I think we should have it similar size to that. I think it should have overhangs. I think we should have it so that we know that we've got a wash bay, that we've got drainage, so that we can move the cart washing over that area versus where it's at now because it's causing problems in the baseball field.
So we need a motion, Tom, according to what he says.
You don't have a motion for anything right now. Still in discussion.
Oh,
I mean, this building potentially could be there for 20, 30, 40 years. I think we want to make sure it's exactly what, not only do what we want right now, but what we need 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
I agree with the mayor.
Who's on the Parks Committee? Mike, Teresa?
are they Boone, Swagan, and Tiedemann?
Here we can get together with Kelly and talk about some options. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Anything else on this?
No.
IB union proposals.
We've got the proposals here. I did not include them with the packet, but you know, I think early on, after we got done doing the negotiating last year, I think we all felt like we were kind of frustrated because of how many meetings we had to go back and forth. I can't remember how many it was, but it was quite a few. So we'd like to, at that time, Elaine and I thought it'd be better if we could just go and just try to meet with the entire council so we can go back and forth this way. And maybe we can get something done in 1 or 2 meetings instead of 8 or 9 meetings.
I think it was 6 meetings last year. Yeah.
So we'd like to do that. And we'll share, once we get into those type of costs, we'll share some of the kind of the wants and things like that with the whole group, so. I guess that would be the question. We'd probably want to schedule a special meeting just for that. Normally we do sometime after September 1st. We always wait for the health insurance renewals to come in. We did get one quote from the union already. Elaine put together all the information for the health insurance pool through the municipal league. We've got that. We're waiting on that. And normally the 1st of September we get the renewal from Blue Cross or through Jensen. 1st of September, isn't it usually? That's 1st of October.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been end of September.
End of September. Okay. So anyhow, that's kind of what our thought is. I guess we'll keep you up to date. It just really doesn't do us a whole lot of good until we get those insurance numbers. But if we can knock it out in a couple meetings rather, I think that would benefit everybody.
The first proposal looked good from the union. And it's Walmart, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, just like what we have now. So there's some potential.
And how does that work with the new union coming in? We don't have to negotiate with both, right? Or how does that work?
Well, we'll have to negotiate wage, yeah. They asked for a copy of the current contracts and have to recreate it, so the police one, we want to mirror accepted. There's certain sections that the police are out of, for example, the 40-hour work week is not applicable to them.
Okay.
So they're trying to replicate the current contract for the police, and so we haven't seen any of that yet, but I assume that's what's coming. That was a couple weeks ago we asked for that, Jerry.
Yeah.
So.
Labor Day meeting on Tuesday the 5th.
It is a holiday.
What was it?
It's a holiday, so we're still making switches.
Do we need a motion for that?
No, it's not special. So.
No.
Everyone's quiet. Questions here? Is there a motion to approve the travel request?
Make a motion to approve the travel request.
Second.
Motion by Steven, second to approve the travel request as listed. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all there, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Is there a motion to authorize payment of bills?
Boone moves to pay the bills.
Second.
Motion by Boone, second to authorize payment of bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Do you have executive session?
Yeah.
Motion to enter into executive session for proprietary and personnel.
Make a motion to move into executive session for proprietary and personnel.
Second.
Motion by Teeman, seconded. For the executive session for proprietary and personnel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved.